Hello everyone, welcome to the summary narration of the story The Model Millionaire, which is written by Oscar Wilde. The protagonist in the story is Huey Erskine, who wasn't intellectually blessed, but he was good looking with crisp brown hair, clear cut profile, and grey eyes. He tried various professions like being a tea merchant, a stock market trader, and even tried selling dry sherry. But unfortunately, nothing worked out. Huey was in love with the daughter of a rich retired colonel called Laura Merton. The father had a condition that until he has 10,000 pounds of his own, he couldn't marry Laura. One day, Huey went to see his friend Alan Trevor, who was a painter, a true artist, and artists are rather rare. When Huey entered the studio, he was giving the finishing touches to a life-size picture of a beggar. The beggar wore tattered clothes and had the most piteous expressions. He had an arm held out and a battered hat asking for alms. When Alan went out for some time to meet the frame maker, the beggar took advantage and rested for a while. The beggar looked so forlorn and wretched that Huey took a sovereign and gave the beggar. Even if that meant that he couldn't take a horse carriage ride for a fortnight. Fortnight means 14 days. The beggar smiled and thanked him. Later that night, Huey met Alan in a club, and when Alan told him that he was a millionaire and not a beggar, Huey was shocked and embarrassed that he had given him a sovereign. The rich man was indeed Baron Horsburgh. Baron was impressed by the generosity of Huey that he gave him a check of 10,000 pounds as a wedding gift. And on the day of the wedding, Alan made a speech and said, "Millionaire models are rare enough, but model millionaires are rarer still." So this was the story of Huey Erskine and how his life changed because of a small generosity. So now let's look at the theme of the story. The first one is appearances can be deceptive. Sometimes what we perceive with our naked eyes may not be the truth, like how Huey thought that he was a beggar, but indeed he was a millionaire. The second is generosity. Huey had a heart of gold and gave away more than that he could afford. Therefore, he got rewarded for being a good Samaritan. So he got awarded like multifold times because of his compassion towards a beggar and because of his altruistic nature. Altruistic means very selfless nature. उसको पैसों की जरूरत थी लेकिन फिर भी उसने sacrifice किया and he got rewarded for that. The last one is wealth. The importance of money and wealth in the society. And without money, there is no point being charming and having good looks. That is why the colonel said, until you have 10,000 pounds, you cannot marry my daughter, even though you are good looking. It is also mentioned in the story that romance is only the privilege of the rich and not of the unemployed. It gives us a message to take home, that the society gives a lot of importance to wealth rather than a person or anything else. Thank you for patiently listening to the summary and also the theme. Take care of yourselves, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Bye bye and thank you so much.